I accidentally embarrassed a woman who thought she was pregnant by telling her she took the wrong test. Her husband only married her because she was young and fertile. My husband and I recently invited 8 friends for lunch and were asked if we could also include a new couple, Doug and Sasha. We have never met them, but everyone who was invited has, so we said sure. At one point Sasha needed to use the restroom, and I told her to use the master bathroom. I was helping my husband finish with food when Sasha came out of the bathroom bawling and holding something in her hand. At first I thought she hurt herself, but she said something to Doug that caused him to drop to his knees, cry, and begin kissing her stomach. All of our friends began screaming, jumping, and crying. It was insane. Finally, Sasha tells my husband and I that she is pregnant. Of course, we congratulated both she and Doug and gave them a bag for the test, their request. I will admit I did find it odd that she brought a pregnancy test and took it at a complete stranger's house, but I did not say that. Once everyone sat down to eat, Sasha said, I hope you don't mind that I used one of your pregnancy tests. I just saw them and had to. I was very confused and said that I don't have any pregnancy tests. Sasha said, yes you do, in your drawer. I asked Sasha if she meant the blue box in the back of my lower left drawer that was closed. She seemed to realize I was pointing out that she basically snooped and sheepishly said the box said pregnancy for pregnancy test. I said, Sasha, the brand is Pregmate and those are ovulation tests. I do not own pregnancy tests. Did you take an ovulation test? Doug freaked the absolute F out at me, saying his wife was not an idiot and can read a box. He insisted Sasha get the test out and show me that I'm wrong. Sasha refused, saying she didn't need to prove anything to a complete stranger and insisted they leave immediately. One of the couples thought Doug and Sasha acted ridiculous. The other 3 couples thought I should have pulled Sasha aside to discuss my concerns and said I was an a-hole for saying something in front of everyone. Honestly, the whole situation caught me off guard and everything happened so quickly. Besides, Sasha brought it up, not me. The whole thing was bizarre and confusing. I just didn't have time to put the pieces together mentally before asking about the ovulation tests. Also, I found out later through one of our friends that Sasha did take an ovulation test, and she is not pregnant. Update: I called one of my friends to ask for an explanation and I found out some crazy things. Apparently, my friends have known Doug and Sasha for much longer than I realized. This is strange because they have never talked about Doug before this. Well, Doug constantly brings up wanting to have a baby every time they see him. One night Sasha confided in the women that Doug divorced his first wife because she was old and infertile. She was the same age as Doug. So, he married Sasha because she was young and fertile. He goes around telling his friends that, and that's how Sasha found out. At that point, the two had been trying to conceive for over a year, with little to no luck. Sasha was really concerned that Doug was going to leave her and she was panicking. The women in our friend group tried to convince her that this is not a healthy relationship, but she insisted she was happy and just needed to get pregnant. They gave her the courage to seek medical assistance, which she had previously been too scared to do. Sasha ended up getting prescribed fertility meds at her appointment and was scared to test with Doug, so they told her they would come to her house to be with her when she tested and be a support system for her. The day I met Doug and Sasha was after Sasha's first round of meds and she was in the window to test. She had not planned on testing but had a light bulb moment when I told her to use my bathroom. When the test came back with 2 lines, Sasha was in shock and immediately wanted to share with her husband and support system, not realizing what the 2 lines actually meant. She was just so happy that her marriage could be saved. But now that it's been revealed that she's not pregnant, Doug was mortified and has been fighting a lot with her. Since then, Sasha has taken it upon herself to badmouth me to anyone who will listen because she blames me for embarrassing her. She firmly believes I ruined her marriage because my husband and I were threatened by them and the friendships they were building with our friends. Which is not true. We had never heard of them before this event, so we weren't threatened by anything. But Sasha has told my girlfriends they shouldn't spend time with me anymore because who can be friends with someone who treats a guest in their own home that way? My friends felt they had to take Sasha's side in the moment because they knew how important the pregnancy was to her marriage. Luckily, I am back on good terms with my friends, but they've told me that Doug is considering divorcing Sasha because she isn't as fertile as he thought she was.